I'm Barb Swoyer, and this is my husband, John, and we have 2 boys. We live in Metro West Boston, and our younger son, Jake, is 29 years old and has Dravet syndrome.
I'm Ryan Swoyer. I am Jake Swoyer's big brother. I'm 3 years older than Jake, and I'm 32, so I've had Jake in my life for about 30 years.
Dravet is a thief.
It can easily break your spirit.
It has robbed Jake and our family of normalcy, spontaneity, joy, health, everything that means quality of life to somebody.
Dravet syndrome is a rare and intractable form of epilepsy, but its impact extends far beyond seizures.
We didn't learn about Dravet syndrome. It wasn't really known when Jake was a baby. We first heard about it when he was 5. He had suspected Dravet when he was 10, and then he wasn't formally diagnosed until he was 19 years old. I guess I wish I had known earlier so that we could at least pursue the right treatments and get connected to the right people. But I have to say, part of me is very glad we didn't know for 20 years because I think it can be such a devastating diagnosis.
If I knew what I knew today, or what we're in for with regard to the slow, progressive hardships, I don't think I would have been prepared for it.
We just took what came and figured it out and dealt with it. And whereas people with younger children who are diagnosed now, some of them before they're 1 year old, have a much different experience with
I think
diagnosis.
it's harder on them because they actually will be watching this video, right?
And it's devastating to get that diagnosis.
You're going to realize, as in, you now have a roadmap that's potentially going to be very hard, which would have terrified me 20 years ago.
Patients often face developmental delays, behavioral issues, speech difficulties, sleep disturbances, and other challenges. Sadly, the condition also carries a high risk of mortality.
Jake doesn't necessarily sleep many nights. He's either up with seizures or he's up with autonomic storms. He might be in bed until 2 in the afternoon because he's had 5 seizures, or he might be up at 4 in the morning ready to go for the day. Every day is completely unpredictable, but he is absolutely a 24/7 caregiving job, no matter what the day is. It absolutely has taken a toll on him as he's aged. And the early years were really, really hard with seizures and hospitalizations. And then around age 10 to 15 to 20 is when really a lot of the comorbidities kicked in. He has osteoporosis, he has kidney stones, he has autonomic storms. So it's become much more than just seizures.
Dravet syndrome affects the entire family, and each day presents new challenges. Support is critical throughout a patient's lifetime.
A lot of my, childhood growing up was getting into an ambulance with my brother and, going to the hospital with him. There was times where I was embarrassed. I didn't really know how to tell my friends or people in my circle exactly what he had.
They want to help, like any grandparent would want to help, pitch in. Hey, come and stay at the house for a week, and while you guys go on vacation, and they can't even do that. Mm-hmm. So I would think for them, and I think they've shared that, there's a feeling of helplessness and sadness and frustration.
Moments of joy serve as powerful reminders for our families of what they are fighting for, offering them hope and strength to continue fighting.
Jake has become the most important person in my life for so many reasons. He's given me unbelievable perspective. Just watching him fight every day, get up every day after having a 10 seizure day the day before.
What keeps me going is that I just really want to know at the end of the day that I gave it my best and that I did what I could to take care of him.
You can help ensure that families do not have to face this diagnosis alone. You can help offer them the strength, resources, and community they need to navigate the challenges ahead.
I'm extremely grateful that through technology, we've been able to connect with a lot of other families. I'm well aware that we are part of the older group of patients and parents, and I think it's very rewarding to mentor, guide, and share with younger families and parents. But it's also been really nice for me to connect with these other parents and just to not feel so alone. And I am home alone with Jake all day, every day. So it gives me an entire community of people that I can talk to anytime, day or night, that understand what's going on. I think it's a really important piece of having a child like this, being able to have a community, being able to give back to that community, but also getting support at the same time.
Your support is driving innovative research forward at a time when government funding for research is being drastically reduced. Yet our patient families cannot afford to wait when every minute counts.
When I see the impact that these research dollars can have on the younger kids, and even sometimes to some extent Jake with a clinical trial or a medication, every minute counts. If we had been able to intervene with Jake when he was 7 months old and having his first seizures, he might have had a very different path in life and a very different trajectory. For the kids that are coming up behind him, they now have opportunities to have a different path and a different journey. And I hope that with research and funding new studies, the more ways that we can find to help these kids, and hopefully someday there will be a cure, that's what it's all about.
Together, we can make a real difference in the lives of those affected by Dravet syndrome. Your involvement helps drive progress and provides the hope and resources needed to create meaningful progress toward a better future. Thank you for standing with us in support of our mission and for fighting alongside our families every step of the way.